Human stops entire invasion. Solo Zara pressed her clawed hand against the cold metal wall of the command ship. Her purple eyes scanned the holographic display showing the small blue planet below. The third planet from the yellow star looked so peaceful and weak. The Keith Empire had conquered 47 worlds in the past decade. None had lasted more than 3 solar cycles against their mighty fleet. Zara commanded the largest invasion force in Keth history. 200 battlecruisers filled the space around Earth. Intelligence reports showed the humans had primitive weapons and divided governments. They fought among themselves constantly, perfect prey for the Keith war machine. Zara smiled, showing her sharp teeth. Today would mark another easy victory for her people. She would return home with great honor and the riches of a new slave world. The communication officer turned toward her with confusion written across his scaled face. "Commander Zara, we are receiving a transmission from the planet surface. It appears to be from a single human female." Zara laughed harshly. "One human dares to speak to the mighty Keth Empire." "Put it through." The main screen flickered and showed a young woman with brown hair tied back in a simple ponytail. She wore basic clothing and stood in what looked like a small room with books on shelves behind her. "Hello, alien ships. This is Amy Johnson from Earth. I need to speak with whoever is in charge." Zara stepped forward, impressed by the human's calm voice. Most species begged for mercy by now. This one seemed almost bored. "I am Commander Zara of the Keth Empire. You will surrender your world immediately or face total destruction." Amy nodded slowly as if considering this information. "That seems like a lot of work for everyone involved. How about I make you a different offer?" The bridge fell silent. Every Keth warrior stared at the screen in shock. No conquered species had ever made a counteroffer. Amy continued speaking in the same casual tone. "I will fight one representative from your fleet. If I win, you leave our planet alone. If you win, you can have Earth." Zara could not believe what she was hearing. This tiny, soft creature wanted to challenge the greatest military force in the galaxy in single combat. "You mock us, human. Do you not understand what you face? My smallest warrior could crush 10 of your kind." Amy shrugged. "I understand perfectly. You have 200 ships filled with soldiers who think they are tough. I have one human who knows she is tougher. Send down your best fighter and we will settle this." The other Keth officers began laughing. The idea that one human could defeat their champion seemed like the greatest joke they had ever heard. Zara felt anger building in her chest. This human dared to insult Keth's strength. "Very well. We accept your foolish challenge. Prepare to watch your species become slaves." Within 1 standard hour, a dropship descended to the planet's surface. The Keth champion, Brutus, stepped out onto the grass. He stood 3 meters tall with muscles like iron cables. His forearms each carried a different energy weapon. Amy walked toward him across the field. She had changed into simple exercise clothing and carried nothing but a metal rod. The length of her arm, Brutus activated his weapons and prepared to end this quickly. The sooner he killed the human, the sooner the invasion could begin. Amy moved faster than any Keth had thought possible. She ducked under his first energy blast and struck him in the knee with her metal stick. Brutus stumbled but stayed standing. The champion fired again. Amy rolled to the side and came up next to his leg. She struck twice more with precise hits to nerve clusters. Brutus roared in pain and anger. No creature should be able to move that quickly or hit with such accuracy. Amy seemed to know exactly where to strike for maximum effect. Brutus tried to grab her with his massive hands. Amy slipped away like water. She struck his wrist, and his weapon fell to the ground. Her movements looked almost like a dance. The Keth champion became desperate. He fired all his remaining weapons at once. Amy somehow avoided every blast. She moved between the energy beams as if she could see them coming. With one final move, Amy leaped high into the air. She brought her metal rod down on the back of Brutus' neck. The champion collapsed unconscious to the ground. Zara watched in complete shock through the ship sensors. Her greatest warrior had been defeated by a single, unarmed human female. Amy looked up toward the sky where the invasion fleet waited. She spoke clearly, knowing the Keth were listening. According to our agreement, you now leave Earth alone. I suggest you do so quickly. Zara felt fear for the first time in her adult life. If one human could defeat their champion, what could billions of humans do? Her intelligence reports had been completely wrong. She activated the fleet communication system. All ships prepare for immediate departure. We are leaving this system. Her officers stared at her in confusion. Commander, we cannot retreat from one human. Zara turned toward them with wild eyes in her purple face. You did not see what I saw. That human fought with impossible skill and speed. She defeated our champion without breaking a sweat. But Commander, one human cannot threaten our entire fleet. Zara pointed at the planet below. If one human can do that, what can their armies do? What if they have millions of warriors like her? We leave now. Within 2 standard hours, the Keth invasion fleet had jumped to hyperspace. Earth remained free and undisturbed. Amy Johnson returned to her small home. She placed her metal rod in the closet next to her other training equipment. 20 years of martial arts practice had finally proven useful for something important. She made herself a cup of tea and returned to reading her book. The invasion had interrupted her quiet afternoon, but now she could get back to more important things. Across the galaxy, the Keth Empire added Earth to their list of forbidden worlds. The official report stated that humans possessed unknown combat abilities that made invasion impossible. Zara never spoke of what she had really seen that day. One human had stopped an entire invasion through pure skill and determination. She had learned that sometimes the smallest opponents were the most dangerous. Amy never told anyone about the alien visitors. She saw no point in causing panic about something that was already resolved. The aliens were gone and unlikely to return. Earth continued spinning around its yellow sun, completely unaware that one woman with a stick had saved their entire world from slavery. The Keth Empire went on to conquer other worlds, but they always checked first to make sure no humans lived there. Some lessons were too valuable to forget. Amy finished her tea and smiled slightly. She had always known that humans were tougher than they looked. Today the universe had learned the same lesson.